first and 10 at the 38. They'll go again with Sanders. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 47. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Down to about the 45. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Well, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll send Brown in motion right. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field. A big run there by Jones. 49 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 remaining.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators react to blitz. It wreaks havoc because is they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw, it's Rodgers. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Boy, that went straight out of bounds, and that will set the return team up in the red zone already. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. An inside give to Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Smith, the man in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 74 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
Okay, ready?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep him.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. It's Brown. Oh, he bowls over him. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
They'll try again with Jones. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like trying, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Crosby is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A give to Jones. Down to the 42, second down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That's good for the Eagles. 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Hurts. This will be caught once again by Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. From the 6. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers. Crosby connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Eagles 14. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. First and 10, it's Sanders. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Hurts fumbles it, and the Packers pick it up. Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40, past the 20. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Now Crosby for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Packers 31, Eagles 14. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers, man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He's got room at the 30. Look at the big fella go. And it's a Packers touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, 49 yards. And the Packers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. Hurts will throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And some room to work. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 118 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. On play action, Rodgers. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On second down, it's Jones. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence, keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds.
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did some...
Hurts fumbles it.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I want no attempt after the interception return for a touchdown. I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, strike!
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. His record-setting ball game just continues. I mean, we're getting into silly territory here. He is closing in on 400 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
And if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, it's Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quay Walker in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Big third down, a field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Throwing is Hurts. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. That's taken in by Watson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in the close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And the reinforcements come in, so going to stop it behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. The 20. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And that is a tough pill to swallow. All they had to do, Charles, keep the ball, work this clock.
The only way for the defense to win was to force the fumble. And they did. Took him the other way for a score. And now, if you're the offensive team, it will take a miracle, perhaps, to win this ball game.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Nixon now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback on your side.
He'll just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They've got a great chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll run with Sanders up the middle, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another run here with Sanders. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The kick by Elliott is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. To throw is Rodgers. Able to find Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now they get to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rodgers to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Hassan Reddick. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Charles, normally when you see a good score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Hey, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very